All right, so I literally just got off the phone with a homie who said he likes the show. He likes the show, and that's good to hear. It's good to know that somebody I know personally watches this and digs it. And he goes on to say that people have to be patient. You got to be patient, and everything can't be in-game style. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't agree more, because the beauty is in the storytelling. I've been saying it since day one. So I watched Werewolf by Night. Awesome stuff. Very intense, like old style, but awesome. Pretty gruesome. I'm not gonna do a video for it because I feel like I don't know enough about the source material to really comment on the video the way I've been commenting on She-Hulk and Miss Marvel and all the other stuff. But it's awesome though. If you haven't seen Werewolf by Night yet, check that out, man. Finale shit. Let's go. Let's go. So this is cool. They're going back to the 1970s Bill Bixby Hulk. Like 1970s era Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno Hulk. I mean, she's dreaming, but it was pretty cool. See, now if she would have showed this kind of rage in the last episode, it would have been way better. So Jen's been locked up for the incident at the gala. This was wild. I mean, it got way off the rails. I dig it, but I have questions. I have opinions. But we'll get to those. Yeah, so Jen has to wear an inhibitor. No more powers. And going into the episode, you would think, oh, she's going to need those for the final fight later. If there was a final fight, technically there wasn't a final fight. And how that came about just drives a level of thought that turns my brain inside out. I mean, because it's not reality warping or anything like that. It's just fourth wall demolishing, really. Her mug, the see you later litigator. Could be a Moon Knight callback. How Steven was always like, late, I got Yeah, she lost her job, so subsequently she lost her crib. Had to move back in with mom and dad. Yeah, good looking out, Pops. Yeah, good looking out, Pops. Legally Blonde, and she's got an Aaron Brockovich poster back there too. And both are legal comedies.
One of these guys is going to slip up, and they're going to give us enough information so that we can track them down, and then we will find them, and we will destroy them. By any and all means.
Legally.
I said by any and all means.
No.
Nikki wants to hurt somebody, bro. Jen wants to do it the legal way. Boring. Oh, wow. It kind of reminds me of when AOC... Remember when AOC got that video leaked out of her dancing in college? It's cute. It's so cute. She has a life. We have a congresswoman who has a life, y'all. But of course, if you're not left-leaning, you're not going to appreciate that. But we're not here to talk about that shit. Oh, this guy. He brings up her grandma. If I remember my lore right, there's a lot of shit going on in that family. Nothing like incest or anything, but the grandma is kind of checkered.
This isn't even a reluctant superhero story. I'm just getting screwed over. Is this what you guys want?
No, not me. Rooting for her. It's kind of a sad thing to ask the audience. Do you guys want me to get screwed over? I thought there was somebody in her phone that I would recognize. No, probably just random names. They're probably staffers on the show too. Yeah, the self-awareness, the fourth wall breaking, so on brand with the source material. At first I thought Nikki betrayed her. I'm like, Nikki, what are you doing? No, she's setting a trap. So it turns out these guys are okay for now. For now. And Blonsky's on a cash grab. I mean, what's he supposed to do? He just got out of prison. Boy, you LA motherfuckers in your cars. What's with those headrests? If that doesn't keep my neck from snapping in a collision, the fuck is it for? So Intelligencia really is just a gang of trolls. And that's a bit disappointing. That was my first gripe. Because if this is what Intelligencia is, then where does that leave MODOK and the leader? Because MODOK and the leader are the founders of this shit in the comics. In this, it's Todd. And I don't think he has a comic book counterpart. So it's a little disappointing. Todd created this shit. Todd created Intelligencia. And he's in jail now. So where does that leave? I like to think Intelligencia is going to be bigger than it is. Like the next time we see them, whether it's Ant-Man 3 or Captain America 4, they're just going to be planting seeds. And it's going to be this big, massive network of supervillains like it is in the comic books. And I hope they go that route too, because reducing them to just internet trolls, it's whack. It's kind of whack. So apparently Love and Thunder overlaps with this because Lady Thor is already doing her thing and they're aware of it. Like a Pug is genuinely surprised to see Todd there. Why is that a shock though? He doesn't seem sketchy to anybody around the workplace.
This guy rules, all right? You heard it from me first. He rules, and he's hot. Yeah, I'd smash.
What? Somebody off camera was like, wait, what? You don't know where the comedy's gonna come from in this, dude. These cats like these really go around thinking that they are being made to think a certain way. Where does that mindset even come from? Todd's like, why are we supposed to feel like Jen was given powers and she deserves them? Well, for number one, she wasn't given powers. We know that. And that's just how motherfuckers are reframing the narrative to something that they can run with and cause damage. It's just like American politics right now.
Hey, how did you get involved with this group here?
Dude, I created Intelligencia.
He created Intelligencia. So, well, duh. Yeah, we knew he was Hulk King, but like maybe either MODOK or the leader will catch wind of these guys and then they will form the new Intelligencia. Because as far as I'm concerned, this Intelligencia is done. They're done. Somewhere along the lines, either MODOK or the leader will catch wind of these guys and they will call their organization the same thing. Because there's different iterations of different teams throughout Marvel Comics. Earlier in the series, we were talking about Thunderbolts, and there's like a dozen different Thunderbolts teams. So for there to be more than one iteration of the Intelligencia, that's not too far-fetched. Violating the terms of his parole to get that bag. Now, does Luke also make clothes for Blonsky? That's nuts. It's just nuts to look at. Yeah, and I thought Blonsky was on his betrayal shit too. It's like wandering into a Trump rally. Yeah, this is when shit starts getting wacky. She doesn't like where this is going. And I'm like, yeah, this is kind of cliche, but you know, whatever. Yeah, very cliche. Come at me, bro. The Titania just comes out of nowhere. Where did she even come from? What? Pug called Bruce earlier and kept leaving messages, so he finally got the messages. But then, how do you... Ooh, wee. And then they cut it off. They act like the viewer just cut it off. Yo, this killed me, dude. I thought my shit was messing up. I thought my device was messing up and shit. But she's still talking. So she busts through her own thumbnail and she goes through Assembled. Yeah, check that out. I mean, if you like documentaries about how stuff is made, check out Assembled. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this is where it's just, you got Jessica Gao back there, the creator, to the left of the blonde. And they're talking about season 2. So, get the tissues out, trolls.
Okay, there are certain things that are supposed to happen in a superhero story.
Exactly.
Why don't we just do things our own way?
This is the story that Kevin wants.
Kevin? Oh! Nobody talks to Kevin. Nobody talks to Kevin. So now we got some Wizard of Oz type shit going on.
Kevin's value is immeasurable, okay?
You'll never even get close to him.
I would murder you to protect Kevin.
Okay.
Wow. You know, that's wild spoilers on that backboard back there. See, I like how she's taking matters into her own hands. Like, I don't like how this is ending. Like, this is a corny ending. I want to talk to Kevin. And we think it's Kevin Feige. Like, oh my God, Kevin Feige's going to cameo in his own shit? Hey, here's your hallway fight. Crack. She should have just mushed his face into the wall. Yeah, this is wild. This is where all the magic is made. And he's got comics locked up in those little pods. Like all those little pillars, all of those are comics. Source material. And look, he's got a little hat over the... he got a little hat over the lenses. But this works. This is better. Because that means somebody made him. Somebody made that.
I will answer your questions, but you must first transform back to Jennifer.
Why?
You are very expensive.
So they're acknowledging that it takes money to keep her in She-Hulk mode. Yo, and that's what I was saying like a couple episodes ago back in the wedding episode. How they always cut away from her when she changes to save money. And Kevin literally brings that up.
Oh, sure.
But wait until the camera is off you. The visual effects team has moved on to another project.
Okay.
We got the Black Panther jingle, dude. Yo.
I possess the most advanced entertainment algorithm in the world, and it produces near-perfect products.
Near perfect.
I gotta disagree with that. I would even disagree that they're not even near perfect. I mean, if you're into superhero shit, you'll take it for what it is, and you'll like it. If you're not taking it too seriously. But I like how Kevin's not shutting her down. Like, no, my word is absolute. It's not like that. He's listening to her. Like, her journey shouldn't be overshadowed by big set pieces and corny CGI villains. I agree. I totally agree. And she just demolished the fourth wall to address that. The shit that happens in comment sections all over social media. The MCU has a lot of fans, but there's a lot of gripes too. And she's addressing those gripes. So will we see an MCU that's not so typical? Stuff we didn't see coming. Will we see more of that because of this scene? Lots of characters with daddy issues. Very common. She's right. She's right.
Jen, please stop.
Oh, and when are we getting the X-Men?
I cannot tell you that.
When are we getting the X-Men? Yo, she's looking at the camera like, yo, I got y'all.
That's it? We're done?
That's it? You obliterated the thrilling ending Kevin formulated.
Wow. So we're supposed to be mad at her now.
Well, yeah, that's what Hulks do. We smash things. Bruce smashes buildings, I smash fourth walls and bad endings. And sometimes Matt Murdock.
See you on the big screen.
Really?
No.
That sucks.
Oh, whatever.
You better
Kevin.
be playing, dude. We better see her in a movie. New Avengers, dude. You gotta do it, man. You got to. And then Matt just drops out of the sky, dude. Like, what? And they never even addressed why she busted in the courtroom that day. Just random silliness? I mean, I'll take it. I'm a fan of random silliness. Not everything has to make sense. Especially when you're not even playing a big role. If you're not even the most important character in the story, then, what do I care what you do? I had a problem with this last sequence. Yep. So they kept Bruce. Hit Daredevil meets Hulk. This was cool.
I'll tell you all about it, but first, I have someone here that I'd like you all to meet. This is my son, Scar.
That's awesome. But I have a problem with the way they brought him in, though. They should have ended the episode with the cookout, everybody smiling, eating, laughing, yada, yada, yada. You end it there, maybe with a line of dialogue that teases something to come, whatever. Do what you do. Then you cut to mid-credits. You get to the mid-credit scene, we pick back up at the cookout, and then that's when Matt shows up, and he can say something that hints at, what's to come for him. Then in the post-credit scene, we go to Sakaar, and Bruce and his baby moms are in the middle of a fight or something. You're never here. You're always on Earth. I got to raise this kid all by myself. He's getting in fights every day at school. Yada, 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 yada. I'm going to my mother's. And she storms out, slams the door in Hulk's face. The camera's just on the back of Hulk's head, and then it can pan around, and then there's Scar. And then it can end on a funny little one-liner. Because this felt kind of forced. And the conversation that Jen had with Kevin probably had something to do with that. He probably had a good ending set up, but then Jen had to blow it up just to keep things from being too typical. The writers have made it where the character affected the narrative, which sounds like a certain video game that I like to play. I'm not even going to mention it. If you've been watching videos on this channel, you probably know what I'm talking about, but here you go anyway. I liked it. Because I think that interaction with Kevin is a game changer. My only hope that comes out of this episode going forward is that everything won't be so typical. It'll mostly be shit that we didn't see coming. Mid-credit scene. Wong breaks Blonsky out of jail again.
Take your time.
Emil, my apologies for the delay.
Nothing much here.
You got sucked into another show, didn't you?
Getting sucked into another show. That's ambiguous. Because he likes to binge shows in his spare time, so he probably got sucked into another show that's binge-worthy. Or sucked into another MCU project. But yeah, this was great. This was great. Hope everybody got those Black Panther tickets. Because that movie's not going to fail. That movie's not going to fail, dude. No way. And I really want to do a review video for Black Panther 2. We'll see. I really want to. I've only done one Marvel movie review, and it was only because it was the first movie that dropped after movie theaters started opening back up. For me, it was like an event. For everybody else, it was just a movie. But Black Panther 2 is definitely going to be something of an event. So I really want to do something for it. And I hope I won't be too lazy.